This does take time to do, but so does shopping for that new top that you think you need or that new wardrobe you think you need. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week's free fashion challenge is the Sudoku method of packing. So let's get into it. One thing I found interesting about this Sudoku method packing is that you can actually utilize this even if you're not going anywhere. This was a really fun way to go through my closet and really get a grid on what goes together, what I can mix and match, and then you can almost create capsule wardrobes for your week. So even if you're not traveling this season, I would highly recommend trying this packing method and utilizing it as a capsule wardrobe for the week. It really teaches us how to get into our closet, make sure that it's really working for us, and that we have all the basics that we need that could mix and match and create different looks out of everything we already own. As you can see, I tried to follow the pattern to a T. So we've got a top, a bottom, a layering piece, another bottom, a layering piece, and a top, and then a layering piece, technically a layering piece or a top, and a pair of pants. Now, again, this isn't like perfection, but the whole idea of it is to be able to find pieces within your wardrobe that mix and match. So I actually cheated a little bit. I used a dress as one of my bottoms, so that actually creates its own outfit in itself. One day it could be a full just dress as one outfit. This is also a more fitted sweater, so this could be considered just a top, because it can easily go underneath that, and it could actually go underneath these layering pieces as well. Or I could kind of flip-flop it and that could go underneath that. So again, it's not about like the exact method, it's about utilizing what you've got. I also wanted to purposely put in some color because let me tell you, I could easily have just done black and white or all neutrals, but I think that it's important to add color and some personality into the mix as well. So that's why I specifically chose the pink pants, and instead of just like, you know, a basic color again here for a layering piece or a jean jacket, I went with like the light blue. So it's technically a neutral because it kind of is a denim blue color, but it could also add color to the rest of the mix. All right, so think I'm going to kind of create a couple of outfits and just show you, some of the combinations that you can do. What better way to show you than to actually throw on some of the looks in real time? And actually, this is how I pack in real life. I have gone on like over a week-long trips across the country during the winter and still managed to figure out outfits like this. And it just helps a lot. It takes a lot of the thinking and the stress out, and it requires less luggage. So for what I thought right now was probably the most challenging piece might be the most colorful piece. So I threw on these pants. I threw on a basic tee, white tee. So this is like technically look number one. And then you just do whatever you need to do to style it. You can also decide on shoes while you're prepping this look. And this is also why I think it's important to practice this before you actually take the trip. Maybe start working with the outfits or wear them for the week before you go, so you can really hone it in and decide like which 3 or 4 pairs of shoes do I really need and which ones will go the best with everything. And as you're going to see in a minute, whether or not like you might want to swap out a piece. So I've got the boxy tee. I'm actually going to go with the like wrong shoe method, and I'm going to wear the like loafers because I think that's kind of fun, and I think the more expected look would be sandals or tennis shoes, but I'm going to actually go with the loafers. So this is look number one. Let's throw on the jean jacket for look number two. And this is what they mean by all the different looks. It's not necessarily like an entirely different outfit. It's just throwing layers on so that it creates a different vibe. Okay, so now I have the jean jacket on. I could easily wear it like this. I could swap out these shoes, but I kind of like them. I think it's fine, but I could also swap them out. And I could decide that these would be kind of fun and funky. I put an animal print on. The dark kind of plays off of the dark. There you go for a different look. Let's see, let's take this one off. And we can easily throw on the sweater as a layered look. So there's two different ways I could wear the sweater. I could either throw it on over the t-shirt, or I could just throw it on like this. And then I have like the completely different look, and just, you know, this one I would probably take these shoes off though. And for this one, I might take the white tennis shoes and put the white tennis shoes on. So then I've got like a much more sporty look. Okay, so now we're here, and now I'm prepped and ready to go with this. Now, what I'm already starting to notice with my choice of t-shirt though, is that it is looser and boxier, and I chose a more fitted sweater, and I don't know how great this boxy shirt would actually look underneath this. So I'm gonna try it on. Now this is kind of the fun part, because yeah, in theory, I could easily wear this. This is not a problem at all. I could wear this, okay? And so that's a whole different vibe. It's kind of like the loose on loose on loose, and I could wear tennis shoes with it. I could throw on just my brown sandals, and depending on the purse I took, I'd have brown sandals. You know, you have to do that little bit of playing. So this is a look. I could also take off the white t-shirt, button this up completely, tuck it in. That's a completely different look. And then depending on the sandals and my jewelry and how low cut I wear this, then I've got like maybe a different type of a vibe going on, okay? So you see where I'm going with all of this. But what I wanted to mention is the sweater I chose is more fitted, and the t-shirt I chose is boxy. So can I wear this? Yes. Is it comfortable? Not really. And do you see that? I mean, yeah, it gives a whole different vibe. And yes, I can actually take the t-shirt off and just wear this with this, and that would be much better. And that's probably what I would do. I would probably choose to take the t-shirt off, just wear the V-neck sweater by itself. And then if I was cold, I could easily throw the jean jacket on and add an additional layer. But when you're doing these things, it kind of makes you realize, okay, this is going to work for, you know, 4 out of 5 outfits, but it's not going to work necessarily for, say, this one, and maybe a couple more. Like maybe I don't want the boxy t-shirt underneath a more fitted white layering piece, right? So then you start to kind of go, oh, wait a second. What if I swapped out this white t-shirt, didn't take it at all, but I chose a more fitted tank top or t-shirt, something like this, because then this, and it's got a little lower cut, would easily go under this, so I could have the layering all day long and not worry about it. And this would be a much easier fit underneath literally any other top that I'm taking or layering piece that I'm taking. So that is the takeaway on this one, is practice what you're wearing before you actually pack it, especially before you pack it and take it somewhere far away, because you might be frustrated with yourself if you thought you had 20 outfits and you literally only have, 14 because you just didn't swap out the right underpiece. The next look I thought would be kind of fun to show, again, is a little bit more, I don't know, could be a challenge to some people. I always pack a dress wherever I'm going, because you just never know like what the dress code's gonna be somewhere. And I just feel like a dress is one and done. And even if I'm just running down to get coffee, or I have to, make a quick stop somewhere and I've already been in my pajamas, throwing a dress on is way easier than figuring out outfits, right? So let's think about the dress and how we can repurpose it. Obviously, just a white button up shirt is something that's kind of invaluable. I actually need a crisp cotton one. So if you guys have a good recommendation, please let me know for a crisp cotton one. This is more of a softer brushed, almost linen cotton. It's just a different vibe. So it's not quite as clean as some might be, but it's still, I love the fit of it. So I just constantly wear it, and it's so comfortable and stretchy. So I could easily just throw it on like this. This works really well, especially if you need to cover your shoulders. You could easily button it up, give it a different look. You can tie it up, you get the idea. So we can go that route with it. If it was fitted enough and I really wanted to go for it, I could throw this underneath this dress, and that gives a whole different really kind of classic fun vibe, and it kind of gives you a modern twist on things, but I'm not gonna undress and do that right now. Of course, I could throw jean jacket, anything over this if I want, but here's where it kind of gets interesting. So I'm gonna try this with you in real time. Here's the most fitted top. I just threw it on top of the dress. I don't hate this look. It actually kind of gives like a little bit of texture and dimension to what is a very basic dress. And I like how it hits here so that I can still use my pockets without anything being fussy, and that I could still layer any of the layering pieces over the top of this if I got cold. I think it's not bad at all. I just had to play with it a little bit. Like, I like the idea of showing the kind of multi-layer here. So I just pulled my sleeves just a little bit, and bonus, that kind of helps with bra straps. And then I purposely kind of just pulled this up a little bit so it kind of gives that layered vibe. And just for, I don't know, funsies, I threw the white shoes on. Now from here, again, I could easily throw the jean jacket over it if I got cold. We're gonna do the like modern thing if we want to, right? So I can throw the jean jacket over it. I can throw the blue layering piece over it if I just want something over my shoulders, but nothing too heavy. I could do the white one, and I could also do the sweater, again, for an additional layer, or I could tie, let's try tying the sweater around my waist. I usually don't do that much, especially with horizontal stripes. Probably not super helpful for me, but again, you get the idea. Like, here we go. Here's another completely different look. I think that's really cute. Or I could tie it around my waist, and then you really get the vibe of like a skirt and a top. And again, we can play with textures, patterns. I'm dropping everything today. We can throw hats on, and we can just change the look up altogether. So you get the idea. When they say how many outfits you can actually make, you really can make technically different outfits, just swapping out accessories, shoes, really layering pieces that you wouldn't normally layer on top of one another, and even the addition of just the outer pieces. The last concept I'll leave you with is don't forget the accessories. There's so many things you can do and you can pack in like a minimal amount of space that can really change up your look. One of my favorites is taking a fun colored tote bag. So this one just happens to be literally the free bag I got when I went to Cezanne, I think it was, right? Well, now it's kind of trendy. So I'm taking my tote, my Cezanne tote, and look at how that changes the look. And then I just swapped out. I put some fun, just like neutral sandals on. I've got that whole vibe. I could easily take a packable or unpackable, whatever your favorite hats are. That changes the look. Yes, this is still the Simply Sarissa hat from back in the day. If you know, you know. I also have a black one. So there you go. You got an entirely different look, right? Baseball hats, these fun things. These are new to my closet, but I absolutely love them because they're neutrals, but yet they give a little bit of texture, things like that. So then, of course, I can't not say this. Scarves. We all know scarves really can change up anything. You can tie them to your bag. One of my favorite things is to take a small one, and I love wrapping it up. I'm not going to waste the time doing it right now, but I love wrapping it up and just tying a cute little knot or a cute little bow here. And then you instantly have this like focal point here. You can also tie your hair up with them, you name it. In summary, all that the Sudoku packing method is a capsule wardrobe to go. So I really think that it's something fun and really creative that we can do within our closets. And again, we can try it whether we're traveling or not. I really had fun doing this today. And what some of these free fashion challenges have really taught me is that if I'm getting that itch to go shopping, then I just have decided that it's time to go into my closet and look at some of these methods and then just start playing. Because at the end of the day, yes, this does take time to do, but so does shopping for that new top that you think you need or that new wardrobe you think you need for going out and traveling. At the end of the day, it's better to just go into your closet and spend an hour if you need to, or longer, as long as you want to go, and really have fun and see what you've really got. And then you can make decisions on if you need to go and spend and maybe add a couple of things because you have a hole in your wardrobe. So I love the idea of it. I think it's much more sustainable, much more realistic, and it helps us to feel more comfortable with what we've got going on in our closet and rediscover things, including accessories that we may have forgotten that we already have. All right, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Let me know in the comments below, have you tried the Sudoku method packing, or like we like to call it, the capsule wardrobe idea, and if it has worked for you or not. All right, thanks so much again for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you go. And until next time, I'll see you soon.